Noctambulant is a melodic black metal band based here in Jacksonville, Florida. Who would have thought? Miami, yes. Tampa, yes. But Jacksonville? Anyway, here to discuss all things black metal are the founders of the group, Darren Fitzpatrick and Philip Newton. Welcome, guys.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Also joining us is a dear friend and contributor, Steve Strum. So
good to be back. I did wear the right suit for this all-black affair, which clearly is pink, but I do have skulls inside lining.
Excellent.
Sugar skulls.
Do we see those?
For the death metal.
There we go.
Absolutely.
So before we go any further, tell us, Noctambulant. Yeah, I know it's sort of fairly popular at this particular point in time. The meaning is?
It's Latin for night walker.
Oh, so all those current Game of Thrones fans, that kind of works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it could work, yeah.
That was totally deliberate.
Not
Not to be confused with The Knight Rider.
Not Rider.
Not Rider,
Which
no.
can both be a TV show and a movie from the 80s.
Could be. It is.
So let's get down to the nitty gritty. How long have you been together?
6 years.
6 years.
And you're just about to bring out your second full-length album, am I right?
Correct.
Okay, and are you original writers? Are you, do you do the writing? Do you collaborate? Tell us about the whole of your group.
It's a collaborative process. A lot of times we'll come to each other with ideas and sit down, and from there, we'll form a song from that. Same thing lyrically. He might have some ideas, I might have some ideas, and we kind of just sit down and just do the process and let it kind of go from there.
And is it? Do you have a studio in your home, or do you have to rent out a studio?
Yes, I do all the recording and the stuff in my own home studio.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah,
That makes it a lot easier. You can just sing.
Yeah, it's free, and I can do it anytime I want. The initial setup costs and everything is something. I got quite a bit of gear, but yeah, it's all in-house.
We were talking off set a little bit before the interview, and I happen to know a little bit about your background. Can you share with our audience maybe not the pathway to get to the dark metal and how you got from your roots to here? Because it's very interesting.
So I'm a classically trained musician. I do folk like polkas and Oktoberfest style music. I play trumpet, rockabilly, and then just the whole time though I was really interested in heavier, darker metal, death metal, black metal, etc. And a few years ago, 6 years ago now, I guess, we were playing in another band together, and we realized there wasn't much of an extreme metal scene in the city anymore. And the band we were in broke up, and we were like, hey,
let's do it.
Let's do it. You like black metal, I like black metal.
Yeah, I was like, I couldn't find anybody to take a chance to do extreme music like that. So when I was younger here in Jacksonville, and when I got older and met him, he showed up to a practice one day and he had a shirt on. I was like, "You like that?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "So do I." I started going back and forth with different bands and everything. We're like, I would love to do at least one show, and that was our goal at first, to do one show. Just do one show, put the corpse paint on. We don't use corpse paint now, but at the time we did the corpse paint. We did it full on black metal show.
And that was here in Jacksonville?
It was here in Jacksonville. It was actually for 12, what was it?
The End of the World
2012. 21, 12. It was,
right, where
they had that
she
had a big show and she asked us to play, so we did it. And from there, people kept saying, hey, y'all should do it again. Y'all should do it again. So
how's it being received in the Jacksonville community?
It's a small niche, but people seem to like it.
Yep.
And we've sold CDs, sold T-shirts.
It's not a
brought on, bigger people from other cities and stuff.
So do you tour?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have, yes.
Yep.
But I'm assuming that you've got a day job as well. Do you have day jobs?
Part-time.
I was going to say you have to now, because you're getting, you're national and international.
Yeah.
So you're getting to the stage where you've really got to kind of think,
it's a part-time job too. And I'm in a situation where if I need to take time off to go tour, I take time off.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a friend that's helping me out.
Yeah.
So.
We kind of situate our lives where if we need to go on tour for 6 months, we can.
Yeah.
And
where's the best touring place for you guys?
West Coast, Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, Pacific Northwest, Seattle,
Grants Pass,
Portland,
Oregon, Portland.
That top pocket.
Yep.
Well, the East Coast too. Actually, we did
West Coast.
on the West Coast. I mean, San Diego,
Mm-hmm.
L.A. When you actually San Francisco,
Eureka?
Yeah, Eureka.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Eureka.
Yeah. So the North Pacific Northwest and just the West Coast seems to really have they understand the style of black metal that we're doing.
Mm-hmm. And now you've got a good show coming up, haven't you? An
Yes.
event coming up.
Yep, on the 21st here at Jackrabbits, we have a show. It's kind of so Jackrabbits is right down the road in San Marco. So we're going to have burlesque performers. We're going to have a punk band, Fisted Sister, and then us, the Knox Ambulance. So we're going to be performing again the 21st at Jackrabbits. So it's our first local show in a year.
Since the Budweiser.
Yeah, since it's our first local show since last October.
Right.
Fantastic.
So yep, people keep asking. So we finally decided to do one.
So the album's coming out when? Because people can pre-order, can't they?
Yes, June 28th is when the album is released, and you can pre-order if you go to our label's website, which is Art Gates Records.
Perfect.
Yep, artgaterecords.com/store. The album is prominently displayed, so you pre-order it, and if you do pre-order the album, you can be entered to win a new guitar from one of our endorsements, ESP Guitars. So this awesome blacked out guitar that they are graciously helping us with. So if you
EC256.
Yep, EC256.
Wow.
So
That's the name.
Well, guys, thank you for coming in and telling us
thank
all
you.
about what's happening with you.
Thank you.
I mean, this is amazing. So if you want to have the chance of winning that fantastic guitar, you need to pre-order their next album, The Noctambulant. And don't forget the event coming up at Jackrabbits in San Marco. We'll be right back.
Howard here from Metabolic Research Center. They successfully helped me lose 31 pounds in only 40 days, and they're helping me keep it off now. And they can do the same for you too. Metabolic Research Center has been helping people successfully lose weight for over 35 years, providing one-on-one support from experienced weight loss specialists who have each lost weight on the program. Their plans are really easy to follow, and they've encouraged me to make healthy choices as I've gone through this journey and will continue to do so for the rest of my life. Metabolic Research Center has multiple plans designed for your weight loss needs and 12 convenient locations all over the First Coast. To find one near you, click on emetabolic.com or call 800-501-8090.
Buying or selling a home, especially if it's your first time, can be a little bit daunting. And it makes me think back to my days in elementary education where a really nice lady just guided me through the alphabet, and lo and behold, I learned it. There's something special about a first grade teacher. We've got a first grade teacher here with us, former first grade teacher turned real estate professional from Keller Williams, Kara Ferreira. Kara, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I am very grateful to have you. I just enjoy you. I think you're wonderful. First grade was such a special time in bringing complex things into my mind and making them simple to understand so that I could move forward to second grade. How have you used that nurturing heart as a former first grade teacher to help you get people comfortably into homes?
Well, I will say one thing that teaching first grade taught me, which is patience, which you definitely need in real estate. But there is a lot of hand-holding that goes on in real estate people don't realize. And a lot of people ask me how I got successful so fast. And I think it's because people aren't looking for that used car salesman pushy approach anymore. They have the internet, they're able to get the information they need. They want someone that's going to guide them through the process and take care of them and have their best interests at heart. So I think that's where I have heard that former teachers and former nurses make good real estate agents. So I'm guessing that has a lot to do with it.
Well, you've demonstrated that's clearly the case. Nocatee, big community, special community. How have you used your life skill as a wife and mom in Nocatee to bring the joy of Nocatee to buyers and sellers?
Well, it's funny because when we moved here, I was actually a stay-at-home mom. and when we moved to Nocatee, and so I was very involved in the Nocatee Moms group. I'm very social, so I met a lot of people that way. And then when I started in real estate, you know, those were the first people I kind of reached out to, and a lot of the people that I had met my first year or two, having play dates with and things like that, were the first people to kind of give me a chance to get started. And once I proved myself, it snowballed from there. I am a very big sponsor for the new school that opened up in Nocatee.
Tell me about that.
The Palm Valley Academy, K through 8. Both of my kids actually went there this year. It was their first year. My daughter started kindergarten, so she'll go all the way through. And I decided, you know, it was a win-win to be a sponsor for the school. So a funny story is they have a big giant banner of me on the fence line when you drive through the car line, and so my kids both think I'm famous. And so when I left this morning, they said, I said, it's my 15 minutes of fame. My son said, Mom, you're already famous. But
there you go.
There's a wind flap on the banner.
Oh, don't let me. What part of you flaps in the wind on your banner, Kara?
Right through my neck.
Okay, good.
There's a cut right through my neck. And I didn't make a big deal about it. The first time I saw it, I actually thought, I don't remember wearing a necklace in that photo. And then the next time I drove past it, did someone slash my banner? But it actually turned out that it was the wind flap, coincidentally, right through my neck. So I left it there. I didn't make a big deal. I thought it was kind of funny.
Better than a staple in your belly button, I presume.
That's true. That is true.
So I congratulate you on your success. You've done very, very well. The people who've worked with you love you. We've gotten that feedback from the inspection process that they just enjoy and respect being with you. But I need to ask you a personal question before we go. When I was in first grade, we initially learned to block print, and then we transitioned into cursive. Should we still be teaching cursive in school, cursive writing?
I think so. I didn't teach it in first grade, but I mean, I know my daughter's 6 years old and she's trying to learn cursive, and, you know, so she can sign her name.
I like that. So bring back cursive. For people who'd like to sit with you and learn more about Nocatee, more about buying and selling through you at your position at Keller Williams, or want to learn cursive, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Probably my website, carousellsflorida.com. Or my Facebook page. I have a Cara Ferreira business Facebook page that I'm pretty active on as well.
Well, I thank you for being with us, and I thank you for the support you've shown at HomePro. That's wonderful. I want to thank Cara for being with us. I can make you this promise. She is a delight to sit and talk with. She's very, very bright, very, very committed, and just a joy to spend time with. Have a beautiful day.
Greetings and welcome to Fashion Focus, which this week is all about Father's Day, happening in just over a week's time. And are you at a loss to what to buy for your father? Have no fear. Dillard's Town Centre has a fun-filled day on Saturday, the 8th of June, to entertain children and to assist in helping you choose the perfect gift. Here are just some of the things happening all day. You can make Dad a paper tie, or test your skills with putt-putt in the golf area or cornhole in the surf area. Dads, you can register to win a big green egg and a $500 Dillard's men's shopping spree. There is a gift with a $50 or more purchase with brands like Tommy Bahama, Neff, Salt Lake, Cremieux, and many more. And at 2 p.m. in the men's department, not only will the experts from Michael Kors, Polo and Rockport be available, there will also be a father-son fashion show. So come and say hello to me as I'm MC. And if all this wasn't enough, there is 25% off all Michael Kors for dads. So I'm Adrienne Houghton, and happy Father's Day, dads.
Hey guys, I'm Jeff Houtsell. Welcome to another episode of Tech Talk. Tech Talk is a show where we interview the best and brightest from technology from around the country to hear their stories, get educated, and get inspired by some of the things they're doing in technology today. So today our guest is Mike Kalinsky with One-to-One Financial Credit Union. Mike is the Vice President of Information Services. Mike is a 20-year veteran from the industry. He's done some amazing things in his career that we can't wait to hear all about. And he's really made a reputation for himself of having the skill set to bridge the gap between IT and the business operations. So, Mike, thanks for joining the show today.
You're welcome.
So, Mike, tell us a little about One-to-One Financial Credit Union.
Sure. Well, we are a hometown credit union here based in Jacksonville. We've been around since about 1935. Started in the telecom industry. They basically started the credit union, and we've just continued to grow from there.
Oh, that's great. So I mentioned in your bio kind of at the beginning, your skill set, and I know you have a passion for technology, obviously, but you also have developed that skill set of really taking the technology and matching that with business operations to really drive some results. So what does that really mean? I mean, to the viewer, what does that mean to them? How does that in practicality look like?
So, you know, today you really don't have the luxury of doing IT to do IT. So really, IT is there to serve the business. So where I think I've excelled in my career is when I come into an organization, I want to learn about what we do, what the organization does to make money, what the organization does to serve the community, to serve its members in our case, and then use my technology experience to go out and say, okay, well, you do this today. Well, what if you did this a little bit differently using technology to enable a better process, but not just do technology to do technology.
Yeah. So I know One-to-One, you guys are obviously passionate about your users, your customers. So there's a lot of hype around customer experience, is the new acronym CX. So when you think about that in the terms of the credit union, what does that really mean? What kind of things are you guys doing from a customer experience standpoint?
So really for us, it's twofold. First off, we have obviously our members come into our branches throughout the city. So we want to make that experience as frictionless or easy as possible. But then also approximately 70% of our transactions today are done via our mobile app. Wow. So we want to make sure that mobile app is easy. I mean, you think about Amazon and you think about those things that mold our view of how we do online transactions. We try to mirror that in our organization as well. There's work to be done there, and we're doing that every day, but that's really what we try to do.
Yeah, and I know we had a conversation at an event earlier this week and talked a little about kind of the future of technology and where things are going, and we kind of phrased that in like, you know, what do you think will be the most impactful thing in the next 5 years in technology? And you kind of laughed about that. I mean,
yes. 5 years is so far out there. I mean, I think those technologies are not even invented yet. You know, but when I think about 2 years, 18 months, that's kind of where I have that sweet spot where I start to think about. And for us, you know, conversational banking, you know, if you want to talk to your home device to say, what's my balance in my checking account, or transfer this money from here to here, those kind of things I think we're looking at, and those are things that our members are not really asking for yet, but they don't know that they need it yet.
So if I can talk to my Alexa device in my living room and ask my bank balances, or make a transfer, like that. Yeah.
Right. It's great until your kids decide to transfer money to your own account. So there's security around that. Obviously, we're security conscious around all of that. So it's going to take some time to really think through those processes and make those bulletproof, but that's kind of things that we're looking at.
Yeah. So you said the rise of the mobile technology, you're seeing 70% engagement on that.
Right.
Do you see that in the future of that model changing from banking? Do the branches become smaller? Does it more of it come online? Is it still going to be that mix of services? How does that look like?
It's generational, I think. I think that our parents' generation, you know, they still want to go and they want to talk to their banker, and we have a lot of members that do that, and we love that. But I think as the generations age out and you get to our kids' generation and even our generation as well, we start to get that digital native, and that digital native wants to do everything on their phone. Yeah. So I think you'll continue to see that progression over time. I don't think the branch will ever die. I just think that it may not be as relevant as it is today in 3 years or 2 years.
Yeah, I think it's like you said, you know, 5 years, who knows what it's going to be like.
Right.
Things are just changing so rapidly right now. I mean, there's probably never been a better time to be in technology, just from the host of different things you can talk about, from cybersecurity to AI to different things. What made you get started in technology? Why this?
I've always had an affinity for it. When I was in high school, I was taking computers apart and really enjoyed doing that. And then I went into the military and did a lot with electronics and computers. So it was really a natural progression for me, and it just came easy. But I always knew that technology is great, and I like the next shiny thing. I mean, it's just kind of inherent to who I am. Yeah. But then as I got further along into my career, and then budgets change and tighten up, you're like, okay, well, we really have to have an ROI for this. So you really have to understand the business and understand what ROI even means to be able to be at the table to help the business. And that's really what we're trying to do.
Yeah. So you mentioned your passion, obviously, for technology. You've got a pretty Great track record, kind of established career at this point. You're starting to get in that mentor stage of your career. When you think about that, if you were talking to kind of a smart, driven, young IT professional that's just starting out, like what advice would you have for somebody just getting started in technology?
So I think if they have no experience, the best advice that I would give is to find a nonprofit that you're passionate about and partner with them and say, look, I'm in the technology track at a school, or I have an affinity for this. Can I help you with that? Can I learn more from you? And I have not met a nonprofit yet that wouldn't say yes to that. So that'll build up your experience a little bit. But I think after that, I would start to find a mentor. I'd find someone that's involved in the community that you live in, especially in Jacksonville. We have such a small, tight community of senior leaders. In that area, I've never met someone that wouldn't say no to somebody that wants to learn and wants to grow, because we were all there at one point.
Sure.
So those two things are probably the best thing that I could recommend for somebody just coming into the industry.
Now you mentioned nonprofits. I know we've known each other for a while now. I know you're passionate about a lot more than just technology. So beyond that world, what else are you focused on today? What are the things you're passionate about besides just the technology space?
Wow, that's a great question. Veterans, so we're working with, and actually we have one in-house right now. Being that I'm a veteran, we have a lot of interaction with trying to bring veterans and help them transition into the workforce. So we actually have one in-house right now where the Navy has a program where their last 6 months of their enlistment, they can actually go out and intern, and the Navy pays for that. So we have one in-house she's 22, brand new, doesn't know anything about business and things like that. So we're kind of helping her with that transition. So that's something that I'm really passionate about. But really, even outside of technology, one of my daughters, who's a sophomore at UNF, is very big into Best Buddies, and that's something that I really, really love, and I love that heart of giving back.
Sure.
So it's amazing to watch that kind of thing. So those kind of things I think are really exciting, and as I get older, it's just something that it becomes more and more of a part of my life.
Yeah, Best Buddies is a great organization. I know we do a lot with those guys as well at AuditMax. So that's definitely a worthy cause, and definitely thank you for your service. We appreciate that as well. Problem. So where can people find you? Obviously, if folks want to talk to you and learn more and find more about one-to-one or talk to you personally, where's the best place to reach out to you?
Sure. LinkedIn's probably the easiest way to get a hold of me. I look at that every day. It's kind of hard to get through the voicemail email chain because there's so many people that reach out all the time. So I would say probably LinkedIn is probably the easiest way.
That's great. I think we're all hoping that voicemail dies down at some point. We talked to a guy at an event the other day who said he got rid of his voicemail years ago, and it's been the best decision he's ever made.
I have vacillated back and forth. Sometimes I have it, but I don't check it as much as I can because 90% of it is nothing other than just cold call sales.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, Mike, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Great to have you on the show, and thanks for your stories.
It's great to be here.
For the crew, and thank you guys. Thanks for joining us today and tuning in and learning a little bit. We look forward to talking to you next time.
Today I'm joined by a dear friend who has been making his name known with underwear for men. He is John Pollidan, owner, operator, and as he quite openly says, chief cook and bottle washer. Welcome, John.
Thank you, Adrienne. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. But since the last time we met and discussed the underwear, you've got a new range out.
That's right. We just introduced this last week. It's our new version of the Max.
Fantastic.
And it's kind of funny because we originally came up with a design, and then we got some feedback from our customers that made us want to change the design. And as we made the change to move everything kind of back, in between, it made part of our customers really happy, and part of our customers said, well, we liked it better the way it was. So we have a habit of listening to our customers. So we have two support levels. So we made the original, the Max, and then we have the new version, the regular. And then what we've done here is we've taken the original Max and we've upgraded it.
Okay.
And we've upgraded it to eliminate the metal grommets here.
Yes.
We've made the pouch bigger.
Okay.
We've made the pouch stretchier.
More airflow.
Yeah, and more room, if you understand what I mean. And then we've also brought it a little higher back here.
Yes. Now, is this Max available in a variety of different fabrics, or is it just the one fabric?
It's available in both fabrics, which is also new because we never had the Max available in the bamboo until this version.
Right.
We're right now kind of limited on colors because we want to just get it out in the public and get our customers feedback.
Okay.
And then as soon as we get that level of feedback, then we'll start replicating the colors.
Now you've got multiple generations.
Correct. This also goes by generation 3.1.
Okay.
And we get a little technically, I'm a recovering engineer, but
you have to have your numbers in there.
Yeah, so we have our new version is Gen 5, which is the regular support new version, and we've got Gen 3.1, which is the upgraded Max.
So if somebody comes to your site and they've not been able to experience any of your garments so far, what would you suggest? To try the newer one first, or to try, or
it
what?
really depends on what they're looking for.
Okay.
If they're looking for a lot of lift,
right,
then they would want the Max.
So would that be more for sportsmen?
It really depends on the person.
Okay.
It really depends on the person and what you're looking for. If you want to, the drawstring to just give you the support and you don't want to feel it at all, then it would be the regular.
Right.
So, because obviously with the lift, there's something that's got to put pressure there, right?
Yes, of course. Yes.
So you're going to feel that a little bit more, but this is much more comfortable than the Max Lift was in the prior version.
Interesting. Now, your underwear has been recommended for not only sports wearing, but also for medical. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and why?
Yeah, this was designed as a sports underwear, but we started getting this tremendous amount of feedback where people were buying it for medical reasons, and which that caused us to create this whole medical vertical for the company. And we just got back from our 4th medical convention, the urology convention, 10,000 urologists from all over the world, and we're really becoming the go-to underwear the doctors recommend because they want their patients to have good support.
So obviously it was well received at the convention.
Oh yes. We're becoming a very well-known exhibitor at those conventions, and the doctors line up and they get their new pair.
Yes, well, I have to say that I've got gentlemen in my family who swear by them, which is fantastic because it makes my life easier when I need to get a quick present or two. If people want to find out more about your products and how to get hold of you, let us know.
Yeah, ufmunderwear.com. That's our website, or we're available on Amazon. And we just, now we're on Amazon Prime as well.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for coming in and telling us more about the Max, because that's really good news. I know there's some people that'll be saying to me, I need some. So if you'd like to know more information about underwear for men, you can contact ufmunderwear.com.
And a great time right here, and we're gonna have a great time tonight. You know why? Because we are celebrating a charity, because my